Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Nautilus, and we'll be facing off against the Nagakebouros adventure from the Nightmares campaign. It's been a while since I've played Nautilus, and since we still can get a couple more rewards from this adventure, I figured we should play Nautilus here. I don't know how well this is going to go. Nautilus kind of seems like he wouldn't do well here. Nautilus is a rather slow champion, and you need to be able to just answer Nagakebouros and the tentacle in the last encounter right away, otherwise you're screwed. So I don't know if we'll be able to pull off a victory here. I'm still running the same setup as always on Nautilus. I just have a lot of fun with it. We take stack deck for the extra stats on our units because we want to have a large deck, so this ends up being quite useful. Heart of Gold, so we can get more money to purchase more cards in shops. And then Starforged Gauntlets is a nice thing just to get one extra mana. You basically always take Starforged Gauntlets whenever you can. Basically every champion that can use it uses it. Mountain Speak, all of these are terrible. The opponent uses Mountain Speak better than I do. We're not really killing the opponent's units outside of combat. And then we don't want to target our units with any spells. So let's reroll. Dawning Age. It's interesting, but I don't know how useful it can be. I guess it can act as a discount to some of our cards, and we will try to draft a rather expensive deck, so sure. Azir, Mordecai, Zerari. Mordekaiser is rather expensive, but Shadow Isles gives us access to potentially hard removal, and that's a nice way to just get rid of the tentacle the opponents are going to get. So while overall this is not the best thing in the world, I think I'm still inclined to pick up Mordekaiser. At the very least we get set to Shadow Isles as well, so that way we can hopefully hit some of the sea monsters that exist in Shadow Isles. I think that's only 2, but still, hopefully we can get some of those as well. Obviously we don't want the healer encounter. You mostly try to go for healers because you want to cut cards from the deck, but Nautilus doesn't really play like that. You want to have a lot of cards in deck instead. So we don't need to go for the healers. This is like a nice hit. We're going to get too deep early this game. I think I'll just do Lure of the Depths. We'll discount our sea monsters. That's a nice hit. We can play it right away. Can even go ahead and trade into the opponent's units. Next turn we can do Mordekaiser actually. Doing Mordekaiser will actually give us a couple more tosses from the Drag Dredgers. Yeah, let's do this. Mordekaiser gets set to 3. We toss a unit. Mordekaiser is also going to be a nice way to keep ourselves nice and healthy. Is the opponent going to attack? Maybe. Oh, he's giving Mordekaiser vulnerable, so he might attack, yeah. Oh, let's block like this, I guess. Mordekaiser still stays alive, and with the Trinity Force he actually has quick attack, so we can safely trade into the tentacle without worry. Can do beast below. Get another unit with overwhelming there. We're getting rather close to decking ourselves out. I'm still going to play the drag treasures because it's another body on board. Then we could pull here. Pull here. I'm going to get rid of that thing. And hopefully this is enough to close out the game. Actually, no. We don't have vulnerable on the red way deckhand. Well, in that case, let's just attack like this. Yeah, perfect. We get there. That was only our second attacking turn. That was very quick. Normally, games go on longer with this deck, but I suppose we did manage to get a nice setup to proc deep rather quickly. The rally banner is really good, but I think the extra card draw benefits us more. The more we draw, the more we toss from our power, and the more we toss, the faster we hit deep. So I think that's a necessity. Do I want more beasts below or more Devourer of the Depths? I don't really like the Seize command, so I guess it's more beasts below. At the very least, it's one of the units that we have that has Overwhelm by default, so it helps with our lethality. It kind of feels bad to go for the power instead of the shop here, but I really want the extra power. Hopefully we get something that helps us deal with the Nagakebouros or the Tentacle. Maybe Frostbite would be nice. Let's do drag treasures. We can do a second Grumble Slug, then follow it up with a Salvage, so we'll do that. Try to get as much as overboard presence as possible. Next turn we will be able to play Mordekaiser. So I'll do that. I'll just get rid of the powder keg, keep the number of powder kegs to a minimum. We have 4 cards in hand, we get the 13 attack tentacle on the opponent's inside. We can do this, toss a bit more. We also have the salvage to toss 4. Actually, we can hit deep here. Let's just throw the drag treasures into harm's way. I'll hold. We're not in a rush to hit deep, so because the opponent's not threatening us a lot, so we can do it now. If I really wanted to, we can try and maybe bait the opponent, have them block the Grumble Slugs. Yeah, like that. He throws the Gangplank into harm's way. We do this to hit deep, buff up our Grumble Slugs a bunch. And this is dealing 10. I don't want that to deal 10, so let's use the Death's Grasp to get rid of the barrels. We don't even properly lose the unit, so this is fine. Let's just drop down the beast below. It's unfortunate that I didn't get to attack with it, but the opponent's bound to die over the next couple of turns. Ooh, Nautilus. Nautilus is nice. Let's just override one of our weakest units with a sea monster. Helps us heal up as well. Get get the Mordekaiser. Can do this. We'll just force an attack with everything.
Ever consider a henshin career?
The opponent gets set to 7. Ooh, it does a Riptide Rex. I didn't expect that. And he clears 2 of our units. Well, at least we level up Mordekaiser. We could do Death Realm. Seems unnecessary though. Just get Nautilus in there, I guess. If the opponent develops a big board next turn, we'll use the Death Realm as a board clear. That's nothing. Let's pass. I could use the Death Realm right now. Yeah, I'll do the Death Realm right now to open up our board, or to open up the opponent's board. We don't lose our own because of Mordekaiser's effect. And now the opponent develops a unit, but it's fine because we just do this. The opponent was really holding on. I guess that's a hint that I shouldn't just expect every single encounter to be extremely easy like the first one. Riptide, ooh, more Riptides in the deck. Yeah, this is definitely good. Now we don't even need to have both Nautilus or both 2 Nautilus. We can just do 1 Nautilus and 1 Riptide. Fastly is great for us. We get through our deck even quicker, which in theory should translate into a faster timing on the deep. Keep the heavy metal. It's a decent piece of removal. Nautilus. Unfortunately, we can't get Nautilus down on the first turn. Maybe we can get a discount on Nautilus eventually. This entire plan hinges on me being able to play both Nautilus and Nautilus Champion spell. Let's just pass. I have nothing to play here. Guess I'll heavy metal the elusive down. Let's hope the opponent's units get hit with his power instead of mine. They get hit, but it's the tentacle instead of one of the ones that would actually die. Let's do salvage. Generated jump blocker for the tentacle. We'll block here, block there. Can we actually hit deep here? Ooh, we can. That will protect our Grumble Slug, actually. In that case, we can switch things around. Block like this. The opponent loses a decent amount of units on board. We might overdraw next turn. No, we get set to 10 instead. Well, in that case, I'll just play Nautilus and try to just develop the 2 sea monsters I have in hand. And try to win from here. Really? That's a snipe from the opponent. Hitting the 1 unit that would actually die to that. Can I kill the opponent this turn? Let's toss the highest blocker back into the opponent's deck. And hopefully all of these are enough to close out the game. Yeah, most of them have overwhelmed. Ooh, the opponent actually survives. Even through all of my overwhelmers. We're fine, we have another Riptide for this tentacle.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
Let's do Lure of the Depths. Discount the sea monster that I have in hand. Can actually do more the Kaiser. Honestly, I think this is better. Let's just get rid of the problem right away. It's being captured. It's kind of okay because we just have replacements. Let's ensure that the opponent has the minimum amount of blockers possible. And now we just attack with everything. Oh, that was rough. Well, rough in the sense that the opponent really struggled to keep himself alive. It wasn't really that much of a challenge, but as per usual, the challenge is loaded into the last encounter in this adventure. I guess we just pick up another Riptide. Riptide is a good card, generally. Unearned Passage. All units that were summoned but not played this round. We could use it against the Nagakebouros tentacle, because the tentacles are summoned but not played. That's a nice piece of interaction we got ourselves there. Let's see if that pays off. It should be really good against the Nagakebouros Tantrum as well. Doesn't really matter if I keep a Nautilus or not. Actually, no, I should keep a Nautilus. Just in case Nautilus gets pulled from my deck. That way we can use Nautilus Champion spell. And I guess I'll keep a Lure of the Depths as well to discount our sea monsters. If Nautilus gets pulled here, we can do a Riptide. Oh, he gets pulled from the hand instead. Bummer. How do I even do this? What exactly have the best start? The opponent is just going to Tentacle Smash a bunch of times, I think. We'll see. Core creatures. The idol. I guess the opponent's trying to set up so that next turn he gets a big tentacle and swings with the tentacle smash. Maybe that's his plan.
Did you really ram your first ship into a sea monster?
I thought you'd approve. You're always telling people to move.
I guess we do this. Might be a bit early to blow our secret weapon, but it does get rid of the problem right away. And then what? The opponent still has a tentacle smash. I could do Mordekaiser. does getting Mordekaiser down early serve any purpose? How close are we to hitting deep? We're still a ways off. I guess I'll do this. Give our Mordekaiser some more protection. Deepen this tentacle smash, which is annoying. But at least the tentacle itself is gone. The unfortunate part is that Illaoi is getting to level up very quickly. She might level up here.
Come, test yourself.
And we lose out on the Nautilus.
Nagasho.
Annoying.
Nagakebouros moves within me.
I need to remove the spell shield from the Illaoi. I guess we just do this. Work on getting Mordekaiser leveled up. What do we even do here? Can do Lure of the Depths into Mordekaiser. I really want to try to level up Mordekaiser quickly, but I also want to hit deep. 7 away from deep. This is 7. Might not look like it, but the draw 2 puts us at 6. Right? So maybe this is enough. Salvage. Ouch, I really want Nautilus to stick around, but I don't think he will. Damn it! He still had that in hand. I completely forgot the opponent had access to that. At least we didn't lose Mordekaiser completely. We hit deep, but it's not nearly soon enough. Rumble Slug. We need to go through our deck. I really need Nautilus champion spell. But I don't hit the Riptide at all. He's not going for an attack, really. I guess I'll let both my units die. Mordekaiser levels up. There he is, there's our Nautilus. Now we can shuffle tentacles back into the deck. Can we forcibly kill the opponent this turn? Let's do Beast Below. See what the opponent does. If he is just going to sit around and do nothing, I am going to kill him. This is lethal. Wait, really? Did he really blow all of his interaction in the previous turns? I guess so. That was underwhelming. I really expected the opponent to put more of a fight. Blue buff, Norristy, Titanify. Do I want more Nautilus or more Mordekaiser? I think we want more Nautilus since our game plan revolves around having Nautilus and then playing his champion spell. And let's get blue buff, I guess. So you have a bit of extra spell mana. Proper offerings, inheritance, lethality. Proper offerings can be good. But do I really want to bet on a common power to carry us? Let's reroll. Noxian Might, Sandstone Scout, slow but steady. We don't have slow spells besides Mordekaiser's champion spell. Guess that's another reroll. Spell Slinger, welcome gifts, proper offerings. With the Spell Slinger, the Riptide gets set to... How much mana? 1? Yeah, the Riptide gets set to 1 mana. Honestly, Spell Slinger might be decent enough. Makes it so weaving spells into our plays is a bit easier, I suppose. Let's go for the top path. We're going to hit the shop. We're going to purchase a bunch of cards. Hopefully enough of a card quality to the point where we'll be okay with having a very inconsistent deck. Definitely keeping Riptides in my opening hand. 1 mana stun an enemy, and then if we have a Nautilus, the enemy just gets shuffled into the opponent's deck instead. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's do Drag Treasures. We can get rid of that thing. Well, let's just block. It's a bit of a waste, but we'll do this. We'll preserve our 3 spell mana at least, so that next turn we can play Nautilus alongside a couple of Riptides. Let's do let's do Riptide right away. Since the opponent's attacking me already, might as well. Okay, no, that's just annoying.
Ooh, got some fighting, yeah.
Let's do Nautilus. Now we have an additional Riptide. I'll wait. Really? Why would you attack with that? Seems kind of bad. You just wasted 2 of your units. We're still not even close to hitting deep. This helps us get there. We're on 1 off. Let's do hired gun, I guess. We'll use 1 Riptide here. Get rid of that tentacle. We're actually ramping every time we Riptide as well. The opponent loses 6. But slowly and surely he's running out of... Actually, no, that's not true. I'm the one that's running out of resources. I'm definitely pulling the trigger on the unearned passage here. I don't think there's any point not to. There goes the tentacle. Let's do Mordekaiser. Kill here, kill here. Does the opponent do anything else? He's summoning a lot of units. I think I just Riptide them away. Just place them all into the deck. And then we attack with our units next turn. Units that are massive and that have overwhelm. Surely this is enough to close out the game. Seriously? I mean, fortunately I have an earned passage if needed. Okay, no, it's not enough. The opponent just dies. I messed up. I should have pulled the Grumble Slug. The opponent would have been able to block with the coral creatures into the Nautilus that way. But we still had enough damage for lethal. Iceborne, Slippery Wave Rider with Wounded Bucklers. This should be okay. Devourer of the Depths is a good card, generally speaking. And this is a way to remove spell shield before its effect hits. Arm to the Teeth does nothing for us. Let's reroll. Spellburn. I don't want to waste too much time getting spells or rerolling power, so sure. What I really want to do is... yeah, we don't have more shops coming up. Let's stock up on cards here. Do I want an Yielding Spirit? I can take damage or die. Maybe. To play me kill an ally. I'm going to purchase it. Want to stock up our deck in cards. What are the breakpoints of the power again? It's 30, 42, 54, 66. I think we can get there. Atrocity. Do I want Atrocity? Or do I want a Yielding Spirit? We have a reroll. Let's reroll. Crumble. Let's get a couple of crumbles. It might be useful. Fortune Croaker draws on summon, so it's good. 57. Way Guide, I guess, since it's a sea monster as well. So now we're at 60. Let's roll yet again. Ooh, Incisive Tactician for a rally effect. We hit a bunch of sea monsters. Or potential sea monsters. Let's get the rally effect going. And I guess we'll do... Steam? The Celestial Wonder is also tempting for a stall option. Dragon Tooth. Spectral Iron Hound. I'm going to take the Celestial Wonder. It will be another defensive option for us. And now we're at 66, so our units should have a decent amount of stats stacked onto them. We'll also guarantee to get a unearned passage at the start of the game anyway. So we always have that as a backup option in case things go poorly for us. Where's our unearned passage? There it is. Perfect. We can do 3 here. The opponent doesn't have anything yet. Let's just do this. Protect our Nautilus, I guess.
She calls the worldly answer.
Attack like so.
Do you feel her presence?
Seriously? That's not good for us. That's the worst possible outcome. I think I'm just dead. We can't unearn passage that tentacle anymore. We have a bunch of cards in hand now as well.
Ah, a beautiful day for sailing.
I guess this Riptide is discounted, so it's fine. What's the opponent's power? When one of the first tentacles attacks, double its power. I can let him attack with everything first, so that all of the C's voices buffs go into the tentacle, then I just do this. And there goes the tentacle. Back into the deck. And now we have enough mana for an unearned passage, but by this point we don't need to play it. I think we just develop Mordekaiser. Just do this here, I guess. Start working on leveling up Mordekaiser.
Do you feel her presence?
Riptide Sermon. The opponent really doesn't like that Legion of the Severed, it seems.
Nagakebouros rises!
Well, I can just unearned passage, but that removes 2 of my own units. Can we hit deep here? No, we can't.
Who's on top of the bounty board today?
Guess I might as well do this then.
You point, I shoot.
We don't kill the opponent, but we get halfway there. We could do Ravenous Butcher. Now let's save the board space. The opponent gets another massive tentacle. Unfortunately I lose the second unearned passage, but we'll make do with the first one. The opponent's going to attack with this tentacle, no matter what. I already know it. Well, let's just pull the trigger on the unearned passage, might as well. Get rid of that tentacle. Let's do Grumble Slug. We go down to 19 next turn. No, actually, it's not 19, it's 17, right? So this should be a level up. Yeah, we can level up Nautilus here. Proc deep. Save this unit as well, so that we hit lethal. This encounter was definitely a bit trickier, but we still managed to pull off the win. And now for the real challenge. The Riptide ramped us so much that we actually had more mana than the opponent. That's kind of impressive. Heavy Metal summons something. I guess I'm taking more draw. I don't really need the summon stone on the heavy metal. And more redundancy on the Nautilus. I guess Locket of the Iron Solari might be good. It's a little bit of protection at least. And now time for the real challenge. Let's see. I definitely need to mulligan for Riptide. Oh, there's the Riptide. I'll keep a salvage and the Riptide in hand. Hopefully we get the Nautilus here so we can do Nautilus next turn. And then we Riptide on the back of it with spell mana. Hopefully we also get an unearned passage as well. No, it seems like we burned both of our unearned passages. That's the worst possible scenario. The opponent summons Nagakebouros, that's to be expected. I'm just going to save this spell mana. Hopefully the opponent doesn't go for an attack right away. So I can do Nautilus first. It appears I don't get to do Nautilus first. He's going to get Nagakebouros' sermon. Or not, he's wasting Nagakebouros' sermon. Well, in that case, let's do stun there. I suppose I'm fine with taking the... or letting the Ravenous Butcher die. The opponent's going to get another sermon next turn. But for that one we'll have that Riptide. Wait, why the rally effect? Where is that rally effect coming from? I guess this is still fine because we can do Riptide there. We get rid of the Nagakebouros. And we're ramping up. Let's do salvage. Go through our deck. We need to hit those Riptides. No Riptide. Let's get rid of that tentacle, I guess. At least without Nagakebouros on the board, the opponent won't get a tantrum. He might have Nagakebouros in hand though. We can hit deep here. There's a Riptide, a second one. I think that's pretty good. We'll override one of the other lowest attack units with the Grave Companion. There's the Nagakebouros. We have a Riptide. This doesn't spawn, right? So we do this. Shuffle the... Actually no, we can shuffle the Nagakebouros back into the deck and that makes it so Nagakebouros Tantrum can't be played. Because Nagakebouros Tantrum no longer has a viable target in the Nagakebouros. The unfortunate part is this tentacle is still a problem. Let's just attack with everything and hope for the best. At the very least we get rid of 2 tentacles.
Son of a...
Let's start the force summons 3 tentacles. Can do incisive tactician for a rally effect. Attack like so. I'm really going to try and squeeze out the most value out of my cards. And we do Mordekaiser here. This rallies us again because this is a summon effect. And then we can do attack with Mordekaiser, attack with everything else. We set the opponent to minus 83 damage. And then Death's Grasp. Kill an ally, deal 5 to another unit. I needed one of my units to die, I think. No, we can do this. I'm really just trying to find a way to kill this so it's resummoned with Mordekaiser, but I found it. We kill this with that, and then deal 5 there. This gets resummoned by Mordekaiser's effect, so we rally again. And And then we get the free attack yet again. Damn, that was hard. Without this specific combination of cards, no way I could have won that encounter. It's a very unfair one. They really just backloaded the entire difficulty in this adventure. Nagakebouros really is the only challenge. Well, that was a fun run, and that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.